In the village of Kwasasa, everyone knew that 16 was the most important year in a young girl's life. It was the age when a girl became a woman, when she could prove herself ready for marriage by the grace of her dance. Every year, the village square became a stage, and the people gathered to watch as the young girls twirled, moved, and spun to the beat of the village drums. The elders sat in a line, their eyes sharp and their judgments unspoken. The young men watched from the sidelines, hopeful for a glimpse of their future bride. The air was always thick with excitement and tension, and this year, it would be Amma's turn. The fire of the setting sun painted the sky in vivid colors, but Amma barely noticed. She was 16, and the weight of the tradition hung heavy on her shoulders. She watched the other girls practice by the river, their feet moving effortlessly, their bodies flowing like the water itself. But no matter how much Amma practiced, her feet refused to follow the rhythm. She tried late into the night, her legs aching, her heart heavy with frustration, but it was as if her body had betrayed her. Her movements were stiff, clumsy, and she knew that if she couldn't learn to dance, her future would be decided for her in the worst possible way. Her mother, Afia, was always there, watching with eyes full of both love and worry. Afia knew what was at stake for her daughter. She knew that the village could be cruel, that the elders would not hesitate to speak their judgment, and that Amma's inability to dance could mean rejection and shame. But Afia never let her worry show. She would smile, encourage Amma, tell her that she just needed more practice, that it would come. But deep down, Afia feared that perhaps her daughter was not meant for this tradition, that perhaps something else awaited her. Amma had a secret. She had told no one, not even her mother, but her best friend, Kofi, knew. Kofi was the only one who had seen her struggle late at night, the only one who had heard her sobs when she thought no one was listening. Kofi had always been there, offering his help, trying to cheer her up with his jokes, even attempting to dance beside her to make her laugh. But nothing seemed to work. Amma's feet were heavy, her heart even heavier, and the more she tried, the more she felt like she was failing not just herself, but her mother, her family, her entire village. As the day of the dance drew nearer, the whispers began. The villagers noticed that Amma was never seen practicing with the others. They began to talk, to wonder why. Some said she was saving her dance for the big day, that she wanted it to be a surprise. Others said she was too proud, that she thought herself too good to practice with the rest. Amma heard the whispers, felt the eyes on her, and her heart sank deeper. She wanted to prove herself, to show everyone that she could dance, that she was worthy. But every time she tried, her body refused to cooperate. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Amma sat by the river, her feet dangling in the cool water. Kofi sat beside her, silent for once, his usual jokes nowhere to be found. The air was thick with the sound of the drums from the village square, the other girls practicing, their laughter carrying on the wind. Amma closed her eyes, listening to the rhythm, trying to feel it in her bones, trying to imagine herself moving with the same grace as the others. "You know," Kofi said, his voice gentle, "it doesn't matter what they think. You're more than just a dance, Amma." Amma opened her eyes, looking at him, her heart heavy. "But it does matter, Kofi," she whispered. "It matters to my mother, to the elders, to everyone. If I can't dance..." Kofi shook his head, his eyes filled with a softness that Amma rarely saw. "You'll find a way," he said. "I know you will. And even if you don't, it won't change who you are. You're still Amma. You're still brave, and strong, and, well, a little stubborn." Amma couldn't help but smile, a small, sad smile that barely reached her eyes. She wished she could believe him, wished she could see herself the way he saw her. But the fear was always there, the fear of failure, of letting everyone down. The day of the dance was coming, and Amma knew that she was running out of time. She had to find a way, somehow, to make her body move, to make her feet follow the rhythm of the drums. Because in Kwasasa, a girl's future depended on her dance, and Amma's future was hanging by a thread.